Humans of the Cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Two more Infinite Forbidden reveals today. I literally read the first sentence of the Link Monster, and it already seems like a super interesting card. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is a new Link 2. This is the final, I believe, Extra Deck slot, maybe for the entire set. And then we also have a continuous trap here, and I believe they obviously work together. You've got this same Top Hat Rabbit here. All right, let's get into it because I think this is super interesting. Okay, so far, at least from all I've read. This is Top Hat Hair, the Silhouette Magician. This is a Link to Light Illusion, more illusion stuff here, effect monster, Link effect. 1500 attack, fine, it's a Link 2. Points bottom left, bottom right, perfectly like solid arrows. Those are the quintessential arrows. It's completely generic, basically. Any two effect monsters, which is going to make this very extra interesting, in my opinion. First effect, if this card is Link summoned, you can set one continuous trap directly from your deck that has an effect that special summons itself as a monster. Also, this card cannot be used as Link material this turn. Okay, so we are already cooking. There are already multiple cards this card is already making me think of. I think the first thing that has to come to mind is ELDLICH. Obviously, we know that we already have a continuous trap here. I'm assuming that's some sort of trap monster. We'll see if that card's good. And there's even some generic ones, right? Didn't we get I can't remember the exact name of it, Apophis the Deity or something, last year, maybe the end of 2022. It like summons itself as a trap monster, and when it does, it like negates as many face-up cards on the field equal to the number of other continuous traps you control. So that's already one. And there was that one monster from a while ago, I think it's like 18, or it's a monster trap that summons itself, and then it can like negate a special summon by sending itself, I think, or something like that. So there's already some generic options. There's already ELDLICH, and maybe there's some other options out there, but those were the three that came to the forefront of my mind. We'll have to dig more into that later, but still pretty good. Even just turning on ELDLICH. I mean, maybe this is a way for now generic engines technically turn on the ELDLICH engine, which is very interesting. Alright, second effect. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed with that battle. Classic illusion stuff. But I actually like that because if you're making this card and it can't be used as Link material the turn it's summoned, this does make it so that it is more annoying for your opponent to clear this card off the field. And so maybe on your next turn, like you have some duels where your opponent doesn't want to actually use resources to remove this. And so if they don't, you go back into your next turn with this card still on field. So that's cool. Third effect, if a card or cards in the spell and trap zone is special summoned to the monster zone, you can target one spell or trap your opponent controls, destroy it. So not only does this search any trap monster, but this card is also just a free pop, basically, whenever you do that. So that's pretty nice. Listen, this could have been slightly more powerful in making it pop like any face-up card, any card, whatever, but I'm not going to complain. I already thought after the first effect, clearly that's the main effect. This is a really nice bonus effect, not going to lie, but definitely didn't absolutely need something of this level. You could also even argue that, well, I doubt you'd play this in Centurion just because you can't really set any of the Centurion cards off of this. Off of this effect, so that doesn't work perfectly, but being able to also have this, because any of the Centurions that summon from Spell or Trap also are going to let you pop a Spell or Trap with this. So very cool card. I think that's just a good card in general. It's a +1 on summon. It's a pop of a Spell or Trap on the opponent's turn. Just good stuff overall, honestly. No complaints. Alright, and now for the trap monster, this is just called Silhouette. So it's like silhouette, but also trying to do some pun with silhouette and hat. Very cool. Alright, this is a continuous trap. Obviously, you can only activate one card of this card's name per turn. Special summon this card as an effect monster. It'll be Illusion Dark level 4, 1500, 600 for the stats. With these effects, it is also still a trap. I don't remember, can you overlay using trap monsters? I can't remember if you can use them for Exceed summons, but whatever. If it is special summoned, target face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of illusion monsters you control. Negate their effects until the end of this turn. So this card is an illusion in and of itself, so at worst, it summons itself as a body and then like imperms. What I like is a card. This targets cards, so this can target a spell or trap that's just attempting to activate on field, so this can kind of be a really safe negate in that world. But obviously, if you're doing what you normally would plan to do with this package, which is maybe not play a ton of copies of this, but like one or two, and you're searching it off of your top hat hair, this is a double negate. This is negating two different things at the same time. That's extra value there for certain, and I quite like that. Other than that, after that, if this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. It is still an illusion monster at the end of the day. So, all in all, pretty spicy stuff. Now, of course, you have to wonder, any deck that plays this type of strategy, how much does it struggle going second? That would be the biggest question overall. But I do think, like, just in a vacuum now, like, any card that puts two bodies on the field turns the Eldritch Engine online, summons you something, gets you a pretty good interruption, either in the form of this, the Azarune one, that's the one that negates, I think, a special summon. Summons this. Azarune, the one that negates a special summon, or the Apophis of the deity, that also kind of negates multiple things. Kind of very similar, actually. I think they both kind of work pretty similarly to each other. But very, very cool nonetheless. I think, you know, considering an Eldritch Engine usually only like plays like less than 10 cards anyway, somewhere in that realm, 10 to maybe 12, somewhere in there. I think there's a world, if you play like the continuous spell and stuff like that, like everything, there's maybe a world where these just become really solid additional cards to be able to play. Not to mention, one other thing, I do think, so we saw like Verte Anaconda get banned, right, stuff like that, and I know going second, the application isn't incredible, but I do think there is a world where, like, is there a world where you could main deck one copy of Silhouette in the main deck, and then just because you can play Top Hat Hair, maybe a deck that gets stopped at a certain choke point, and otherwise you just be making SP Little Knight, maybe there's more value in actually making a card like this, that's getting you an extra body, so you get like an extra body, you're getting a double negate, and a spell and trap pop all at the same time. There's a world where you just, depending on the deck you're playing against, that's actually more valuable to set up like through interaction than just like an SP. So I don't know. I'm definitely intrigued by this package. I'm definitely gonna mess around with it. I think this is really cool. I mean, for quote unquote filler stuff, this is a really cool like pairing of cards. I think there's a ton of cool applications. You guys have to let me know, though, in the comment section down below. What else is there? Are there any other monster traps that like are worth mentioning? Those are just the three main things that came to my mind, like off the rip. So let me know your thoughts if there's anything extra there. Also, any other applications in general. What kind of deck could you see yourself trying to build, trying to mold, utilizing these cards? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, because I think these are super, super cool. I almost wish that like Paleos could work with this. Like if this just said, if it didn't say continuous trap and it said just like that any trap from deck that like has an effect that special summons itself as a monster, so that we could set any Paleo, that would have made this card insane. Like actually, any deck being able to like set Dynamiscus basically, and then still have the spell or trap pop, that would have been insane. Nerf it a little bit by making it continuous traps only, but still, I think there's solid potential here. Let me know what you're thinking down below. I'd love to hear that stuff, so please update me on that. I'm out of here for today. I will keep you posted. I think there's only like 6, maybe 7 slots left in Infinite Forbidden, so I'm very happy that these are the filler cards. I think these are way more interesting than a lot of filler ends up being. So hopefully there's 1 or 2 more little gems hidden in the set by the end. But we'll see. I'll update you guys on anything that gets revealed from this point forward. I'll see you in the next one, though. Subscribe to the channel, stay updated on all things Yu-Gi-Oh! News, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!